Elan, I want to talk about responsibility of our thoughts and emotions.
All right.
In my time, in my age group, we've been taught mostly to always be prepared for the worst. So consequently, my emotions and my responses are not geared toward happiness, but they're geared toward shell shock. They're geared toward protection.
All right. Before you proceed, do you perceive that you wish to continue along these lines of thinking?
No, absolutely not.
Well, very good. Then you have identified a particular belief that you have, and you are owning it. You have apparently extrapolated how having that belief has you feeling and has you acting. Now, utilize the other idea that we usually share with you. Begin to look at what a person with the belief that you need not prepare for the worst, but perhaps you may wish to prepare for the best, how they would feel and they would act, and simply begin by using your imagination to conjure up the image, but then beginning to willingly act that way. And it is that simple. That simple. But understand you have already completed part of the process, for you are at least willing to own that you have that belief. And that belief will bring with it a lot of the worst, so that you don't waste your time preparing for nothing.
It's the transition from that idea to the other idea, because...
Well, the transition would imply that you are not acting the new way. There is only a transition if you create a process from one to the other. If you simply act the new way, you immediately then simply get the new reality, and you see that the new reality and the old reality are equally valid. So therefore, you can choose either one, and the older one will simply lose its relevance to you.
Elan, is that why we're here? Simply to learn to make these choices of either joy or pain?
You are here to discover. You are here for the joy of unfoldment and learning. Anything else is up to you and your willingness to define why you are here. So that could be one of the purposes, but from our perspective, it is not the reason that all individuals choose this reality. However, the transformation from the more limited thinking to the more limitless approach is quite joyous. So in and of itself, shall we say, you can have a good time in the process.
Thank you, Elan.
But understand, again, if you are feeling that it is taking a long time, you are simply not acting on the new belief. To extrapolate upon this with you, when you feel you need prepare for the worst, fill your mind with that idea for me at this moment, will you?
Okay.
How does that feel?
Very heavy.
All right.
Uncomfortable.
Where do you feel the heaviness? Physically feel it.
In my diaphragm, in my chest.
Now, picturing yourself keeping that feeling and that belief right there. How do you picture a person with this belief would act? Whatever comes to your mind, share it.
Sad. Slow. Careful.
Are these qualities of an individual boldly being who they chose to be?
No.
All right. Now, blank your mind. Is it blank?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Now state to yourself the belief that I must prepare for the best. Now what do you feel?
Joy.
Now you have gone nowhere. You are sitting in the same chair. Nothing has occurred other than you changing your focus. You now feel how different one belief feels from the other, correct?
Yes.
Now, go a next step further. How would you act if you were always preparing in a positive way for the best?
Oh my gosh. Probably lock me up.
All right. What else?
Joyous, happy, excited.
Is there a heaviness?
No.
How does your heart and your solar plexus feel now?
Very light.
Do you now understand the power that you have to assign? And when you do assign, your imagination falls right into place with the appropriate emotions.
on it feels too easy.
Oh, well, let's look at that belief then also.
Thank you.
Blank your mind. Oh, you're not getting away that easily. Now, state to yourself the belief, everything is difficult. Everything requires a process. Perhaps I will never actually get anywhere. How does that feel?
Heavy and slow.
Deja vu. How are you acting? Are you setting up all your processes?
Thank you for showing me the difference.
All right, we are not through. Now, picture the thought in your mind, simply state it aloud to yourself, so to speak. It is that simple. Everything is that simple. Reality is rich. Reality contains complexities, but I move through that reality and flow with my reality in simplicity. How does that feel?
Delightful.
How do you act?
Light. Excited, wanting to get to it.
What do you do?
Whatever it is I want to do.
All right. All these ideas have equal weight. You can say it seems to be that simple, or you can make it as complicated as you wish. It will be up to you. But the keys that we are handing you will at least let you know that you get to choose. There is no more weight behind any idea than another idea, other than the weight that an individual is willing to ascribe it must have. But if you are willing to view alternatives, if you are willing to truly check out the system we have discussed of your imagination, simply saying the new belief will automatically filter out a different emotion. So you can always show yourself how it is up to not what's out there, but how you choose to look at it, how you choose to relate to it, that gives the effect that you get, not the external reflection, not the situation, not the person themselves. Always you. Do you wish it to be that simple?
Yes.
Then go right ahead.
Thank you, Elan.
And to you. Perhaps we will discuss this again.